What's going on, everybody? I don't know what you silly motherfuckers up to tonight, but I did promise you a laugh tonight. I'll get into all the stock stuff, the GTI, what's my thought, what they're gonna pull on the side. As far as AMC, we'll see what happens tomorrow. All the other stuff, XLM, I'm gonna do a video on that. But for tonight, we're talking about the first Chinese kid. I'm just tell people right off the bat, because a lot of motherfuckers watch this channel. I didn't do a fucking thing. Just saying, a lot of people around me, they did a lot of, fucked up stuff, but like everybody went home, okay? All right. First Chinese kidnapping type story. I was a kid, like literally, like I was like a little kid. I told you motherfuckers about Mr. White, because this is a follow-up part 2 of the Godfather of Harlem type stuff. A lot of people don't know this, but there was a secondary market in New York City for the bodegas and the candy shops. There was the numbers business, everybody knows that. It was the cigarette business, that belonged to the Italians. Okay, let's face it, that's what it was. Like untaxed cigarettes, like unstamped, that shit came from down south. But there was the other side of the business, which was the candy. Gum, chiclets, candy bars, whatever the fuck you talk, whatever candy that was in a bodega, candy shop, newsstand, whatever in New York City, that was run by different people. But in Harlem, like Upper West Side and into Harlem, that was Mr. White's business. And that was something that they found out in the days when there was junkies, because junkies always want to crave sweets. So that's where they had that. But if you were a bodega and shit back then, or candy shop, you just couldn't go to like Costco's and buy bulk. They didn't exist back then, so you had to buy it from them. One day we were all hanging out in the neighborhood and shit. Mr. White comes downstairs. He's fucking pissed. And he starts telling motherfuckers, any of you motherfuckers ever see a Chinese guy selling candy in these fucking bodegas? And you let me know. And I was a kid. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? What it was, the Chinese were coming in. They were starting to sell like off-brand candy, like GZ gum and shit like that, whatever. But they were selling it at a lower cost than White was. Like chocolate that tastes like dead cat, whatever, but it was cheaper. And in the hood, that shit sold. Quarter waters, not for nothing. Try Chinese quarter waters. Anyway, so he said that, and I was like, that's all right, whatever, fucking Chinese people. I'm not involved in it. So I didn't mind my business, but a couple of days later, I just came out the shower, so I'm steaming. I don't want to turn on the AC. A couple of days later, I'm at a candy shop with all the fucking guys. And these two Chinese guys, they come in with like hand trucks, like in like the dolly type stuff, full of these fucking weird Chinese candies. And they were making a delivery. They were selling to me, this is it. And I was like, oh shit, those are the Chinese motherfuckers that White was talking about. I shouldn't have opened up my big mouth as a kid, because the second I said that, one of the motherfuckers I hung out with said, grab that Chinese motherfucker. It was it. They just grabbed these motherfuckers. Like, someone! Anyway, grabbed them. They had a bunch of these fucking candies that like weird name, like Zing Ping, like chewing gum, all kinds of wild shit. It's fucked up. They even had like little pictures of black people, and it's really fucked up stuff. Until before that, I never really saw Chinese people unless to buy fireworks or food. So you didn't see Chinese people up there. So anyway, they took the big guys. They took these two Chinese motherfuckers, like tied up with plastic shopping bags around their hands. They took them back to 102nd Street, where White used to be on Manhattan Avenue. And they're like, Lou, go get Mr. White. So I go to the door, like, zzz. Yeah, who is it? Hi, Mr. White. This is Louis, Joe's son. We got the Chinese people. It was like that type of stuff. So anyway, he says, I'm coming right now. The Chinese people don't even know what the fuck is going on. They're like, what's that? I was like, yo, shh, death is coming. Like that type of shit. So anyway, he comes downstairs and he starts telling these motherfuckers, come over here, try to take my fucking business. Who the fuck sent you here? What kind of money you make? And then Chinese guys are like, think it's like a joke. And they're like, talking Chinese. And White's getting pissed. At a certain point, White just said, I don't do this shit. White walks off. But I know where he's walking off to. See, because White security used to be Puerto Rican bikers. Like those motherfuckers. like leather bandanas. They'll do 50 years, you know, like in like Denver type shit. But they used to look. They were all Korean vets, Vietnam vets. They used to look out for each other. But that was his muscle. So when those motherfuckers were coming up the block, and I know those crazy motherfuckers. I grew up with them. You know, I was a kid. They were just in the neighborhood. When they were coming out the block, I saw the Chinese guys looking at these fucking Puerto Ricans with bandanas, beards, and this is before Sons of Anarchy. Fuck Sons of Anarchy. These are Sons of El Diablo. They're coming up the block. I'm with the Chinese guy like, it's okay. Everything's gonna be alright. I was fucking trying to comfort him. They're gonna fuck this motherfucker up. They're gonna do him in. So all of a sudden, fucking the head guy comes up. I'm gonna chill with his name because the motherfucker's still alive. He tells him, "Who the fuck told you can come over here?" Like that kind of shit. Like, and he's like, "Let me tell you something." I had motherfucker say, "Yo, get the handcuffs." It's okay. Everything will be all right, yo. So the Chinese guy, which is like the younger, fatter guy, he's like he didn't care. He thought it was like a fucking like whatever. This motherfucker didn't stand. All of a sudden, 2 motorcycles pulled up, and they're like, put the handcuffs on them. When they handcuffed them to one motorcycle and the other motorcycle, like the back of them, they were gonna scratch this motherfucker. And that's when that Chinese motherfucker started speaking English like a fucking professor. Why you do this to me? I don't boss, man. I don't come myself. Then he was talking all this fucking English. I could have fucking got him to say A, B, C, D. Like, I could have got him to cough up where Luna was at. But let me tell you something. After that, he talked exactly who the fuck was saying to him to come into these shops and the whole thing. And once White got everything, he was like, are you going to come back here? He's like, I never come back here, never. I was like, good question, good answer, very good. You live today. Fucking White looking at me like I'm crazy, but you know my father would have whacked him. So at the end of the day, they did 2 chase motherfuckers. They're walking away from 100. One of them is like really scratched out. He has like no more spinal problems. They scratched the fucking shit out of his egg-roll neck. And I still remember because when I was a kid, that's when I realized like, oh shit. I'm around gangster motherfuckers. Like, this is hood shit. This is gangster stuff. Like, some motherfuckers like hanging out, like, say, I'm a gangster, I'm a thug. No, motherfuckers. They were going to scratch your Chinese dude with 2 motorcycles. That's gangster. So, there's the Chinese candy store. That's the Chinese kidnapping store. So, I still remember when the guys were coming, the bikers were coming out of the basement out, man. I mean, that Chinese guy looking around, it's okay. Trying to comfort that motherfucker. I can imagine now when he hears a motorcycle drive, like, why you do that to me? Giant love motherfuckers, I promised it.